What's up, family? It's your girl, D Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, helping you heal your relationship with self to heal your relationship with others. This video is for the Sagittarius full moon, June 2019. I know the full moon just passed yesterday and somewhat of this morning, but it does not matter. The energy is thick and the energy lingers. So I have to come to you and let you know what spirit is channeling to me and through me. Before I get into it, I want to offer you guys something. Email me at relationshipalchemy1144@gmail.com. Don't worry about writing it down. It will be in the description box below. Email me so that you can get a free 10-minute consultation or a free 10-minute 3-card reading. I want to give something away, and that's what I want to do. So email me. If you email me, you tell me, I want a 10-minute consultation or I want a 3-card 10-minute reading. I want to do those for free. I'm going to do it, let's say, every Sunday from 1 to 3. So if you're free on Sunday between 1 and 3 and you would like a free consultation or a free quick reading, let's do that. All right. I want to do that. I'm excited about doing that. I love doing the readings. Check out my Love Dream Wises page, Love Lift Life. On the live streams, we do some readings on there, and they're always powerful. But anyways, you hit me up. Now, getting into this Sagittarius full moon, right? Shout out to my girl Moot because she helped me sharpen up my skills. The Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius is ran by the Temperance card. Temperance card. And what we see in this card is balance, right? The Sagittarius energy is about balance. You see, she's balancing out the cups here, right? She's balancing out. She's giving. She's balanced. She has one foot in the water, meaning one foot standing strong and firm on her emotions. And then she has one foot on the earth, meaning she's also grounded, all right? So this Sagittarius is about balancing out the energies. Also, with this Temperance card, you think about reconciliation, you think about moderation, you think about healing, you think about spiritual guidance. You see the big wing, she's an angel there, right? So we're talking about spiritual guidance, we're talking about balancing, we're talking about reconciliation, meaning healing some things, going back and doing some checks and balances to make sure that things are what you think they are really. And so the reading that I had came up with, or the spread that I had came up with, was the first card would be what is in balance? Like, what are we actually doing good on right now? What is in balance? What needs to stay the same? The next card was what is out of balance, right? What is out of balance in our lives right now as a collective? And then the third card I pulled was what needs to change. What do we actually need to change in order to really optimize this full moon energy? The card after that, what guidance do we have, right? And the card that actually came out, funny enough, spiritual enough, I just realized that the card that actually came out for guidance was actually this Judgment card. And if you look at the Temperance card and the Judgment card, they're the same angel, right? Yellow hair, big red wings, all right? So we have divine guidance, and that's what we need to use in order to balance out these energies and to optimize the Sagittarius energy. And then the last card I pulled, the fifth card I pulled, was the overall meaning of this energy and what we all need to be doing to tap in, all right? And so what do we actually have balanced as a collective right now? As a collective right now, we got the Hermit card, right? So we are understanding that we have to go within. Right. Another thing that I did in this reading that I always do in my readings is I use the energy oracle cards to kind of clarify what tarot card I pull out, because I like clarification. I want you to know, and I exactly want to know what is going on. What we have balanced right now, what we need to continue growing on in this moment is going within, doing the self-work, doing the self-healing. We have to keep on doing that. A lot of energy and a lot of things are happening right now. I mean, like, I feel it tremendously. Some of my family members and friends are feeling it, and we're having these experiences that let us know that in order for us to be great in this space and time right now, in order for us to manifest right now, We have to do some internal investigation. We have to close ourselves off to the world a little bit. We have to live quietly for a little bit. We got to meditate right now. Right now is the time that we really need to be getting into our meditation. And that's going to help us to maintain this balance. The clarifying cards that came out, which I just noticed that they came out. I had already pulled these cards about 30 minutes ago. And then when I got up here to do the video, the door to spirit card, that's the one that I had already saw, right? And again, that's that 5. So we're talking about change. There's a lot of change actually happening right now. Soul level change is actually taking place right now. And if we really want to affect the soul and add more knowledge and wisdom to our souls, because that's why we're here. We're here to just and I don't even want to say add more knowledge, because our soul is already all knowing. But what we are doing is unlocking and releasing and just opening up ourselves to the knowledge that is already within us. All right. And so we gotta make some change, right? And when we go inside, when we go internally, when we use this Hermit card, right? When we maintain this balance, this is what we're actually doing right now. When we maintain this, we open up the door to spirit. Not only that, the card that came from behind this is spiritual, I can't make this up, is the door to personal happiness and healing. What did I just say? When we want to heal, when we want to be better, when we want to experience true happiness because we have things happening in our favor, right? In order for us to do that, we got to spend some time alone. We got to go inside. So we are already doing this. We are already understanding that we have to go internal, right? We have to tap into our internal knowing. We have to meditate more. We have to be quiet more. We have to sometimes get a little bit secluded, spend time alone, right? So we're balancing this thing out. We're being internal, really focusing on our internal state of being. And when we do that, we open the door to spirit, because we are spirit, right? And when we open the door to spirit, we open the door to our happiness and to our healing. We're balanced. That's why this is 34. That's a 7, right? We're balanced. And that's where, and we are balanced, right? We're balanced in that. We understand that we have to have an equal amount of time to ourselves as we have, as we are engaging with other people. So I just want to tell you, family members, right now, if you find that you're constantly surrounded by people, or you're constantly talking to people, or even constantly on your phone, because that's a distraction as well, or even on YouTube. Like, I'm glad that y'all are finding good knowledge, good wisdom on these platforms, but sometimes you got to turn off the phone. You got to turn people away. You have to do all of this and just get within yourself. You have to be quiet a little bit. Try not talking and things like that. So that's where we are balanced at. We understand that. So shout out to all of y'all. I'm understanding that I meditated before I actually did this reading. So I'm understanding that. What we are lacking balance in. We're lacking balance in the King of Swords, right? Meaning we are very ambitious. We got a lot of things on our minds. We got a lot of things that we want to manifest, but we're not balanced and understanding how we're actually going to manifest that thing. And so the clarifying card that came out was a woman holding a coin, right? The King of Swords is ambitious. He's focused. He has something that he wants to accomplish. And, the sword is the air sign, so it's a thinking man, right? But we have to tap into our feminine aspects in order for us to manifest all that we want, all of the masculine, logical, material things that we want to manifest, because it's a very prosperous time right now too. I feel that like a lot of wealth and abundance is coming in, and I feel that, and that's a part of the King of Swords plight. It's ambition. It's I want more. It's I'm going to go and get it, right? But we're out of balance in this. We're thinking too masculinely, right? We are thinking too logically about how we actually manifest the things that we want. We have to tap into our feminine energy. And when we tap into our feminine energy by going within, because you got to understand your feminine energy is your spiritual side. That is your spirituality. That is your creativity. So you have to go within to actually do the work to balance this out, because this is out of balance right now for a lot of us. We're thinking too logically on how we're going to manifest, right? And to clarify, we need to understand that we need this feminine energy. This is we got to balance this out, right? Masculine, feminine, we got to balance them out at this time right now in order and everything right now with this Sagittarius temperance is balanced, right? Is balance. Understanding balance is giving and receiving. That feminine energy is that receptive energy. The masculine energy is that giving energy, is what you are actually putting out. And then also something else to consider in this Sagittarius temperance card is your solar plexus. What are you giving to the world, right? That's the solar plexus energy. What are you actually giving? What are you actually putting out there? What are you actually leaving with the world? You want to be leaving things that come from your spiritual side. You want to be leaving things in the world that comes from your spirit. That's why at this very moment right now, the door to spirit is wide open, right? The door to spirit is wide open. The door to our personal health and healing and happiness is wide open. And we want to manifest from that state of being, from a state of peace, from a state of purpose, from a state of patience, right? The temperance card also makes me feel patience. Like she's not rushing, pouring this water into the other cup. She's gracefully doing it. She's easily doing it. She knows that by being patient, by healing, by allowing her spiritual guidance to come in, she's going to manifest what she needs to. She's also balanced in her emotions, right? She has one foot in the water, which stands for emotion. She has one foot on the earth, which is groundedness. We got to get grounded in our emotions, right? We got to get grounded in our emotions. We have to. And this can be another thing for that, right? That masculine energy, that's the logical, earthly energy. This is the groundingness, right? And then this is tapping into your emotional side, your creative side, right? Balance, balance, balance. This is what we need to be balancing out right now. We need to balance out our ambition with our spiritual wants, right? What do you actually want to manifest spiritually? And then letting our spirit actually guide us in doing that. All right. And so the next thing I pulled was what needs to change. Like, what do we need to change? And the card that came out is the King of Wands, right? But more important than the King of Wands, again, this is a man who has desires. He's an honorable man, right? You see, he has on the red and the yellow. So this is fiery. And this Sagittarius is also a fire sign. So this is your desires. This is what you want. That's why we're talking about even here manifesting and understanding that we manifest from going within, right? You want to manifest from going within, internally, living quietly, not manifesting based off of what you see outside of you, but manifesting based off what comes up from your heart state of being. This is why the clarifying card is so important, right? What needs to change? We got to stay honorable, right? We stay honorable. We stay focused. We keep the passion that we have, but we have to change our attachments. All right? That's really deep, right? Because we want to manifest some new things, but we're still attached to some old thought processes, right? We're still attached to how we actually make something manifest, right? We still think that we have to work hard. Like this guy, look how stiff he is. We still think that we have to work hard to manifest our desires, right? But when we tap into our feminine energy, we are able to release attachments, right? We got to release attachments. There's that 5 again. There's that 5 again right there. We gotta change. We have to be open to change, and we have to release the attachments that we have to certain materials, right? Like, why do you want this job? Why do you want this car? Why do you want these types of clothes or something like that? That's just a mundane example. But we have to release the attachment to the thought processes we have about these things, you know? The thought processes or the attachment that we have to what does this material thing actually mean? or releasing an emotional attachment, releasing a spiritual attachment, releasing a soul tie that we have to the different people that we find ourselves engaging with. And in releasing those soul ties and releasing those attachments and releasing those emotional attachments, this again why we have to understand our emotions. You see, she's grounded. She understands her emotions, right? We got to understand those emotions. We got to go within. We got to go within because some of us are still attached, right? And due to this attachment, we need to change our attachments. We need to change our thought processes in order for us to manifest our desires. All right? The desires that we have, the fire that is burning within us, the things that we actually want to manifest. And there is some influential masculine energy around us. Like there's some masculine energy around us that is influential, that is guiding us, right? But again, we have to release the attachment to what we think we know, to who we think we are, to what we think we actually want to manifest, right? And then the guidance that we have. I love this. The judgment card. The guidance that we have, right? The guidance that we are receiving is from those past experiences that we've had to let go. Think about the stuff that we've been through in the past, right? In order for us to really balance this all out and optimize this full moon in Sagittarius, right? In order for us to really optimize this full moon in Sagittarius, we have to reflect on the things that we've let go of in the past, right? Reflect on them. So I hate using mundane things, but it just makes it simple, right? If you want a new job or something like that, right? It is your desire to manifest a new job. Think about how you manifested a new job in the past. What did you have to let go of? What did you have to change about yourself? What did you have to resurrect about yourself in order for you to manifest that new job? That's how we're using our spiritual guidance. The guidance that we are receiving is coming from within us, right? We already know this though. Your spirit guides, right? Your spirit guides, like right up there, like her right there. Your spirit guides live within you, all right? And so you may be receiving the guidance that you need at this moment in your dreams, when you're asleep. Because see, they were dead at first and they've been resurrected, all right? And that's another thing that's been going on right now. Resurrection, rebirth. I said this in a video on DreamWise page the other day, or yesterday, really. We talked about this phoenix rising out of the ashes, meaning becoming anew, transforming, right? Think about all the times that you've had to transform, because we die ego deaths all the time. We transform all the time. We change our consciousness level all the time. We're constantly growing. The guidance that we need at this very moment is in all of those past experiences that we've had, right? All of those times where you were in one state of being and you resurrected yourself and you became something anew. All right. That's where your guidance is going to come from. We have to contemplate, go within and ask spirit. I've been here before. I've been in a situation like this before. What inner resources do I need to tap into in order for me to be my best self, in order for me to manifest whatever I want to manifest? That's where we're at right now. Like really contemplating on where you have been in the past. And it's funny because I was talking to my girl Mook and we were talking about how it seems like some lessons are being replayed and repeated. Pretty Boss TV actually said this in her full moon video as well. We're not using those experiences and staying in those, right? We're not staying in those past experiences. We're briefly contemplating on them, extracting the lessons that we've learned and applying those lessons right now. We're applying those lessons in order to release attachment. We're applying those lessons in order to tap more into our feminine energy, in order to manifest our desires, in order to manifest all of these things that we've been ambitious about, right? So the next thing that really comes up, which was the last card, actually, the last card meaning the overall gist of this reading. The overall gist of this reading was the Two of Swords, right? Again, first of all, we have a moon there, full moon. I love that. Secondly, we have to think about this Hermit card, right? Okay. The Hermit again symbolizes going within, going within, living quietly and healing. This Two of Swords coming up right here is a stalemate. You're at this crossing point, right? You're at this crossing point, and there's a lot of emotional things happening. The moon is emotional, right? That's why she has all of that water behind her. The overall energy right now for us is to be still. The overall energy for us right now is to be still, right? How do I know this? The clarifying card that came up was this right here. The garden and the gate, right? On the other side of that gate is abundance, it's prosperity, it's all of these great things that we want to manifest. But you see the young lady, she's just staying she hasn't crossed into the other side of that gate, right? She's being still. And so for these two cards to come out when it did, and then them totaling a 5, 3, and 2, 5, again, bringing up that change. Right now we have to be still. Right now we have to be still, close our eyes to the apparent circumstances, right? Close our eyes to the apparent circumstances, go within. When we go within, I'm telling you, all of the answers will come out. See, and the reason why it's the time right now to be still, because some of us will jump out. We will jump out and be aggressive and going to go get all of this abundance and prosperity like you think it's rightfully and divine, but it's probably still just your masculine ambitiousness, right? It's probably really not what you are needing at this time. Or if you jump out there and get something, it's probably going to run out quickly, right? You're probably going to lose it some way, somehow. So I just want to tell y'all right now, stay still. Right now is about stillness. Right now is about divine balance, right? Even right here in this image, there's a stillness, there's a peace, there's a presence here. We really need to be staying still, like not making, and I know Sagittarius is about traveling, so I'm not saying do not travel. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is stay still in your thinking, stay still in your being, right? Release these attachments. You may be jumping out going to go get something, but you want it based off of your past attachments, your past thought processes, right? Like, I want this car because deep down inside you feel like having this or that kind of car makes you feel good about yourself, right? So you're attached to this material because that material affects your self-confidence. So you jump out there and get it, right? So you jump out there and go and get that car that appears to be prosperous, but in all reality, you can't afford it, and you end up losing it. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't want to be manifesting from a place of attachment, lower vibrational attachment. And then if you look closely, she is holding a mask, right? Stop going after the illusion, the glamour, as Bobby Hemmett would say, the glamour. Some of us are being over ambitious and overly logical for the glamour, what we think makes us, what we think makes us feel better about ourselves. I know too many people in my personal life who, and it really saddens me to even really think about this and even say this, but I know it's true. Sometimes the people that we know, and sometimes ourselves, sometimes we truly lack self-value because we haven't gone within. We haven't gone within. We do not know ourselves. We're not grounded in who we are. We are not happy, truly, right? We're not truly happy. And if you're not happy, you're not healed. And we don't understand our connection to spirit. Hence the video I made on Friday. Connection to spirit. We aren't realizing our connection to spirit, which is why I had to make that video. And because we don't realize our connection to spirit, sometimes we want these material things to make us feel like we're this and that. For example, Jordans, right? Jordans, the tennis shoe Jordans, right? Like, a lot of times dudes can't even afford them shoes. Like, if you really think about it, you cannot even afford them. But when you put them shoes on your feet and you go and buy them and you spend your last $200 on a Blue Jay just flew by. You spend your last $200 on it, it makes you feel like you're somebody. Or you go to the club, you got to have bottles in the club. You got to have bottles in the club. You can't just go to the club and chill, because if you just go to the club and chill, you looking like just another random dude. But if you go to the club, you got bottles, you that nigga. You know, things like that. That's attachment. And you can come up with your own clues of what I mean, but it's attachment to this illusion. That's why she's looking in the mask. And even on a deeper spiritual level, it's attachment to this fleshly realm. It's attachment to this earth, right? We're attached to things that only stay here, right? And we have to redirect, restructure those relationships. Some of the relationships, so maybe we're talking about relationships. Thank you, Spirit. That was really literally a channel that just like blurted out of my mouth. I was not even thinking about relationships, but we'll just keep going. Some of the relationships that we've had have been meant to just teach us a lesson, right? Hence the judgment, right? Lessons learned. And we got to release the attachment to those relationships. Once the lesson has been learned, and we have to say, and this is the thing, and this is why the judgment card may come up again for some of you, right? You think that you've learned the lesson. You think that you really have gotten down to the bottom of it. But I'm here to tell you that there's so many layers. You may have learned and mastered one aspect of a situation, one aspect of a job, one aspect of a relationship, one aspect of your spirituality, right? But there's so many layers to us. So you got to keep peeling them back. You got to keep peeling it back until you really get to the bottom of it. And when you really learn this lesson, and you don't have to repeat it, or it doesn't have to be reconstructed and delivered to you a different way. When you really learn this lesson, then you're able to release it and move on from it. But at this point right now, y'all, be still. We're at a major crossing point. Obviously, a lot is happening right now. Like energetically, a lot is happening right now. It's time for us to stay still. We're at this crossing point, but don't move just yet. It may be time to move and act upon something new at the next new moon, or maybe even the summer solstice. Right now is a time for stillness. Getting within yourself. Getting within yourself so that you can actually heal and be happy. Tapping into your feminine energy. Tap into your feminine energy, which is your spirituality. Release an attachment, all right? Release an attachment. Release an attachment to the illusion of relationship, the illusion of love, the illusion of material, the illusion of this realm. Release that attachment. When we release that attachment, we're able to actually resurrect and become anew. We're actually able to, I don't ever necessarily want to say start all over, but we are refreshed, we're rejuvenated, and we attack situations from a whole new perspective, a whole new state of being. We address situations from our new healed space, all right? Resurrect, rise, be the phoenix, rejuvenate, right? Again, stay still, right? Stay still. Overall, stay still. Don't jump out there and go get all of that stuff just yet, because it may be illusion, right? You may think that it's something that you really want at this moment, but I'm telling you, this card coming up right now, I don't want to have to say I told you so or anything like that, but please, family, chill for a second. Chill for a second. Really, really go within. Don't jump out that gate right now. Don't jump out the gate right now, because you're jumping too soon. You're jumping too soon. Really take time and meditate on it. Let your spiritual guidance come through from within. Think about past experiences that you've had that may remind you of the experience that you're having right now. Please do that. I'm going to do that. I'm thinking about how all of this applies to my life as well. All right. I love y'all. Peace. Remember, email me www.relationshipalchemy, not www. That's the website. Y'all can go check that out too. Relationshipalchemy.org. Email relationshipalchemy1144@gmail.com. Get you a free consultation for 10 minutes or get you a free reading for 10 minutes. I'm here to help. Love you guys.